Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a mega exciting mascara battle. If you know me, you know I am queen of mascara. I never use false lashes. I'm obsessed with mascara. It's probably my absolute favorite makeup item to try and test out. I cannot live without mascara. It's my desert island makeup item. And so I have tried many mascaras in my day. And my holy grail for the last few years, ever since it launched, has been the Charlotte Tilbury Push-Up Lashes. But Charlotte Tilbury has a new mascara in town, the Exaggereyes mascara. So has she outdone herself? Is the new better than my tried and true? Free poems have already begun. That's how you know it's going to be a great video. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first up you need the details on these two cheeky little mascaras. And some of what I'm about to tell you may be surprising. It was certainly surprising to me when I was writing the notes out, let me tell you. So both of these mascaras will set you back £28 or $29. And they are both available in a full size or a travel size. Now the travel size is the same amount of product for both of the mascaras, 4 mils for £16 or $15. But there is a significant amount difference in the full size of these mascaras. The tried and true current holy grail push-up lashes contains 6 mils of product, but the new Exaggereyes is coming in hot with 10 mils of product. So quite a significant amount of product, making it more affordable per mil than the push-up lashes. And the claims of these two mascaras are quite different. So starting us off with the Pillow Talk push-up lashes. This claims to offer instant length, weightless volume, stretch and 24-hour vertical lift effect. This also contains a keratin complex to condition your lashes while you're wearing it. It claims to be smudge proof, humidity proof and no lash curlers needed. This also comes in a second shade, which the Exaggereyes does not. So we have the standard intense black shade and we also have the Dream Pop shade, which is a berry brown. So on to the new contender, the Exaggereyes mascara. So this claims to be a volumizing mascara that is the secret to bigger, brighter looking iconic eyes. Charlotte Tilbury just has such a way with words, doesn't she? With a unique lash vinyl black wrap technology and ultra curved lash styler brush, the formula delivers instant root to tip volume and a 2-time curl effect. This also claims to be smudge proof, flake proof, sweat proof, clump proof and humidity proof with a 28-hour exaggerated volume and curl. So this is apparently beating out the original by 4 hours. Okay, apparently that's necessary. So reading through the information and the claims about both of these mascaras, it's clear that they have kind of a different intention as to the effect you're going to get. The Pillow Talk is designed to give you lifted, sort of straight vertical lift, like you had a lash lift, separation and length with a bit of volume, and the Exaggereyes is intended to give you full-on voluminous kapow. So they do have kind of different claims. We've got more curling and volume, more lifting and lengthening. So that might help you decide which one might be better for you. Another big difference between these two bad boys is definitely the packaging and the brush. Let's take a close-up look. So starting off here we have the Pillow Talk push-up lashes. I've always loved this packaging. I think it's beautiful, very pretty, very cutesy, very Charlotte Tilbury, very demure. And here we have that wand, and it definitely is very different to any other mascara that I have tried. It has that flat side and then the bristles on the edge. So that's designed to really push the lashes up. And then you have the bristles to comb through, and it is that sort of more rubberized type of bristles. One of my favorite types of mascara brush. And here we have the new Exaggereyes. Very different, very weighty because the bottle is actually glass. A much more traditional type of mascara wand. We've got quite a deep curve in the brush there to hug the lash line. It's a much bigger and chunkier, more bristly type of brush, exactly what you expect from a volumizing mascara. So because of the sheer size of the brush in the Exaggereyes, I do find that the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes is much easier to use on the lower lash line, and I find it to be much less messy when applying because the brush is just smaller, so it's less likely to touch my eyelid or to just get onto my lower lash line than the larger, more volumizing brush. So I do prefer the brush or the wand in the Pillow Talk more than the Exaggereyes. I just find it easier to use, easier to get a more close to the lash application, and certainly easier to use on the lower lash line. So that is all of the information on these two mascaras. Let's jump into a battle on the eyes and see which effect, as that's what counts at the end of the day, we prefer. Who's going to win? Pick a winner before we go any further. Let's dive into it. Okay, so we're nice and zoomed in so you guys can see the real tea on these mascaras. Just a quick note that both of these mascaras are a similar age, so I purposely purchased a new push-up lashes so that the mascaras were approximately the same age. So this was as fair a test as we could manage. I've got my hand mirror here so that I'm going to be looking down a lot of the time because I want to make sure that we're really applying it as I would day to day. It's difficult to apply mascara on camera and it not look really odd because we all pull mascara faces, don't say that you don't. And typically applying mascara on camera is very messy because you can't look down as much as you'd like when you're on camera. So bear in mind that this is going to make probably quite a mess on my lid today, and we will clean up when it's all dried at the end. So we're going in on this eye with the Exaggereyes coat number 1. As I said, I'm looking down into my mirror as I would try and keep the mascara and my wet lashes away from the skin. Okay, so here is one coat of the Exaggereyes versus this side. As you can see, we're already making a bit of a mess, even though I was trying my best to look down in my mirror. The wand is large and the formula is on the wetter side. So it is, I have found, a messier mascara to apply in the scheme of things. To be clear, I have not curled my lashes today. This is my natural amount of curl. In these lashes, I do have fairly curly lashes, and I do use a lash serum. It is linked in the description box if you're interested in that, but I do have very good natural lashes anyway. So I haven't used a lash curler because I just want to see what these mascaras do on their own. So going in on this side with one coat of the Pillow Talk. Again, looking down into my mirror, which I have really low down on my chest. Try and keep this as unmessy as humanly possible. Very different wand, as I said, and kind of a different process to any other mascara because that wand is so great at combing through lashes. I like to pull my lashes in the inner corner in towards my nose, and then the outer lashes out towards my ear to get a great fanned out effect. Okay, so I think you can see already we have quite a big difference between my two eyes, okay? First of all, let's have a look at the lids. So on the Exaggereyes side, it's much messier. The Pillow Talk lashes, we've still got a little bit of transfer on the lid, but nowhere near as much, and it was much easier to sort of really roughly apply and really get in there with the brush and still only make a tiny bit of a mess, whereas this brush I feel like I have to be even more careful, and yet I still made a bit more mess. There is also quite a big difference already between the two sides. This side, I just feel like the Pillow Talk lashes really opens my eye up. That lift is very evident straight off the bat, and we've got so much length. This is truly like a one coat mascara. I don't do one coat. you guys know me better than that, but you could, you know, this is if you're in a hurry and you want the maximum payoff in one coat, you're going to get it with the Pillow Talk lashes. It's not a 3 coats and then you've got the desired effect. One coat, we've got a really opened up eye, the lift, the separation, no clumping. It's quick to work with because it doesn't cause me any issues, and it's much less messy than your average mascara. I will say all mascaras get on my lid. If you've watched my videos before, most of the time I have mascara on my lid because I have long curly lashes and it feels like I'm showing off. I promise I'm not trying to. I am grateful for them, I promise. My mum gave them to me. But it does make mascara application messy. If my lashes were much shorter and straighter, they wouldn't be as inclined to touch all the time as you're applying mascara. So if you do have shorter or straighter lashes than mine, there's maybe a silver lining, probably not. Don't shout at me, I'm sorry. Now on the Exaggereyes side, you can see that we have got some volume and you can see the mascara's there, and it's not, you know, nothing by any means, but this mascara I have found comes into its own as you build it. So this for sure with one coat is not as impressive as this eye, but it is going to be more impressive, I promise you. It's just a more buildable, dramatic mascara. It needs a couple of coats to get there. So let's go in with coat 2. And we've left the perfect amount of time between coats. You don't want to do it too quickly while the mascara is still fully wet, otherwise you'll just move it around as opposed to building it. But you don't want to leave too long either, otherwise it will be set and hard, and then it will be hard to get the mascara to actually adhere to the first coat. Okay, so you see what I mean? The difference between the first and second coats with this mascara is night and day. It really comes into its own and gives us all of that volume and kapow in that second coat. Even messier now on the lid. Let's do a second coat of the Pillow Talk lashes. This time I'm using the flat side to sort of lay the mascara down, and then I'm going in with the bristly side to comb it through. And this brush is just so perfect at combing through the lashes and keeping as many lashes separated as we can possibly get. Okay, so here we have 2 coats of each, and now you can see that the Exaggereyes is kind of catching up with the drama on that second coat, but the Pillow Talk lashes side still looks more fanned out to me, still a little separated. I've kept more lashes on this side because, like most volumizing mascaras, the Exaggereyes kind of relies on sort of clumping your lashes together to get that really full fat lashes effect. It's sort of joining up lashes to make your lashes that you have look much more voluminous, so you've got that really big fat drama, but the Pillow Talk side still keeping more lift, I think, whereas the Exaggereyes side is more of a curl. The Pillow Talk side is more of a lift, if that makes sense, the difference. We've got more separation. I've kept more lashes on this side and it looks more fanned out. I think there's a little more volume on this side, probably more length on this side. Let's have a look at the lids. I think the Exaggereyes is still a little messier than the Pillow Talk. So let's go into a third and final coat, and at the same time we're going to attack the bottom lashes. So 3 coats is really the most I ever do. I feel like any more than that is a little crazy even for me. And on this coat I never go down, I only brush up. So we're keeping all that lift. I think if you brush down when you've got so much mascara on your lashes, it can kind of mess them all up and make a big mess. More so than we have already. So once I've done a third coat, or a second coat if I'm only doing 2, I will wipe all of the excess off of the brush before going into my lower lash line, because my lower lashes are quite long, more of that showing off. I'm so sorry about it. And if I do too much, which is very easy for me to do, they look insane. I'm going to do a double chin now, okay? So pretend you don't see it. And with this mascara, I have to be super duper careful. I'm barely touching my lower lashes at all, just literally touching them really lightly. And I'm still getting a bit on my under eye, even though I'm being so careful. I wiped the brush fully off. I find this brush really tricky on the lower lashes. Even now, I'm not super duper happy. This is a lot for lower lashes, very spidery. Let's go in with coat 3 and lower lashes with the Pillow Talk. So this time I'm only using the brush. I'm not going to wipe any more product on. I'm just combing a bit more product through, trying to keep all of that lift and separation and just adding to it. Now I am going to wipe the brush off just for the interest of fairness, but when I use this mascara, I don't usually even need to do that. I will just go straight into my lower lashes, and it's so easy to use there because of the size and shape of the brush. I don't need to be as careful. And it's very easy for me just to paint a light layer. I've just touched my under eye with the wand there, which was a bit silly. But I can actually use that quite heavily and still end up with a separated, nicer looking lower lash line. I've really messed up the effect because I've fully done a splodge under there. I'll try and clean up that on both sides to be fair. Okay, so here we have the third coat on the top lashes and one light coat on the bottom lashes on both sides. So again, I think at this point you can see we've got a lot more volume from that third coat. The third coat is all about the volume, and we've got plenty on this side. We do have a lot of volume on this side, but I still feel like this Pillow Talk lashes is still giving me even more from the volume side than the Exaggereyes, and I still have far more lashes on this side than I do here, because here we've got one of those classic volumizing mascaras that kind of groups your lashes together to give that volume effect. Here we've still combed through, we've still got a lot of separated lashes, which is giving us that fanned out effect. On this side, I can't get on the inner corner and get the shape as easily as I can with this brush. So we've got a bit more of a shape. We've hit the outer corners and the inner corners a bit better, or a lot better than we did on this side, just because that brush is so large. It's kind of hard to get into the inner corner and shape the eye as much as I can on this side. The lower lashes, they both look good. I think the Exaggereyes does look much more dramatic on the lower lashes, which if you want the most drama from the lower lashes, then the Exaggereyes I think actually does a better job at drama. But it's harder to control there, and it's kind of harder not to make a mess. And with, you know, really long lower lashes like I have, it's so hard to get any product onto these lashes without it being like way too much and way too spidery. The Pillow Talk lashes is the best mascara I've ever tried for lower lashes. I don't have to wipe the brush off. I don't have to be that careful with it to get an effect that I like, that's, you know, tinted my lashes and kind of, you know, made them stand out a bit, but without being crazy lengthening and without giving me that super long spidery effect that I have on this side. Let's take one last look at the messy lids. Both of them are fairly messy at this point, but I do feel like the Exaggereyes is messier. I think the formula is a little wetter than the Pillow Talk, and therefore it's easier to be messy, but it's just the size of the brush that really is easy to touch your eyelid and get that mess. But we've got a mess pretty much on both sides. And now that it's fully dried, hopefully it will be easy to buff off with a Q-tip. Okay, so here is the final look. Do you have a favorite or a winner? Are you team Exaggereyes? Or are you team Push Up Lashes? Which is your winner? Okay, so there you have it. That is the battle of the Charlotte Tilbury mascaras. I think my winner is still Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes. I find it so easy to use. I love that I can get the effect that I want from one coat. It's a one coat wonder. I love how easy it is to do my lower lashes and yet how dramatic I can make it. I love the fanned out look that it gives me, that I get to keep more lashes, and just the shape and the lift and the opening that it gives my eye. It's my holy grail. It has been for years. I've gone through probably 10 of these at this point and it still remains undefeated. Even by Miss Charlotte Tilbury herself, she tried to beat herself and it still just could not be done. I think this is a nice mascara, but it definitely got beaten on coat one and it definitely gets beaten on the lower lash line. This is definitely a more volumizing, a classic volumizing mascara, whereas the Pillow Talk is just something different. It's special. It's that lift and separation that I love. I don't find either of these mascaras flake or smudge throughout the day on me, but I have had lots of comments from you guys letting me know over the years that the Charlotte Tilbury does smudge on you. I don't have oily eyelids and I do have a normal skin type, so if you have an oilier skin type, oilier lids than I do, then this one may smudge on you. I'm still sort of gathering feedback on this one because it is so new, but let me know if you've tried it. Does it smudge or transfer on you? I haven't had problems with either of these smudging, flaking or smudging throughout the day, and like I've said, I've been using this one for years throughout all weathers, all days, all situations. They are both equally easy to remove, neither especially difficult or especially easy. And I haven't tried the 24 or 28 hour claim out as far as I can remember, but they both do a great job of staying and holding the shape and the curl on my lashes. But remember, I do have quite a natural curl, so that may be different for you if you are relying on them to hold a curl throughout the day. So those are all of my thoughts. Please let me know yours in the comment section. Do you prefer the Exaggereyes or are you team Pillow Talk with me? Please let me know in the comments section down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.